Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Lyca. It's an incremental game where you play as a wolf restoring nature to a deserted world, and that sounds interesting to me. Don't mind it, I've already technically played for like a smec, but it's barely anything. Anyway, how do I play? Okay, click to move, run through the grass, collect to collect resources. Okay. This is different. Do I go through the bluegrass? I have no clue. I've gotten some stuff. Let's see. Quick restart. Let's see if I can buy anything. +1 activation range. Okay. Yeah, because it seems like I can put more grasses down. Okay, I've leveled up, but I'm not getting more resources. Oh, okay. So I get more resources by going through the bluegrass. That's interesting. So I spread more resources. Huh. Okay, extra movement speed. And I don't have enough for more. It looks like also I'm not spending resources. It's more of a quota thing, which is interesting. No, cripes. That was a lot bigger. I wonder if it depends on where I'm standing. Now, how did I randomly put out like a much larger patch there? I have no idea. I'm digging the kind of lo-fi music they've got going on here. Alright, so let's just run through this, because, yeah, this is going to give me so much more. Because I have to spread the grass, but then I also have to flower the grass, as far as I can tell. Oh, okay, so the way it works is, it's not that I'm collecting resources from the things that I'm spreading grass on. Oh, did that actually cost me some? Oh, it does cost me resources. Okay, so it's not a quota thing. Cool. Armor. Flat energy armor. What? Okay, so we want to spread as much grass as possible, but then we also want to run back through it to more or less light it up with flowers. And we have to kind of balance our time and energy so we don't waste our actions. Okay, this is a weird incremental game. Oops. Well, that's fine. Okay, more energy points. I think I want activation range more than anything else. Strength to break terrain. Yeah, sometimes I will do like these big patches. And sometimes I won't. Okay. I like the movement, but I kind of wish it was WASD. Or I like the fact that I can kind of move freely here, but yeah, I wish I had direct control over it other than just like awkwardly clicking on a space. Okay, so faster activation time, sure. And let's go for the activation range and some more energy points. Energy points, I'm assuming, is just how long I'm going to be out here. Yeah, so maybe what I do is try and stick largely to the edges of my setup. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, some of this is more resilient than others. Though I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, could go for more health, more energy, armor, flat energy, that's maxed out. What is this? Beat the demo. Oh, but we don't have enough resources for that. Spread through a couple of these. I was hoping that if I was on the edges of everything, I would be able to both expand and gather resources, but it looks like that's not the case, somewhat. I'm hoping by just giving myself more activation range, I can spread further. Even if I'm currently running through the grass flowering things up. It seems like it's working now. Okay, looks like the further out I go, the harder it gets as well. Or maybe it's not the further I go, the longer I'm going. Hard to say. Plus strength to break through terrain. Like I said, it's one of the weirder incremental games on a conceptual level, but it definitely did its homework. I like the big kind of expansive talent tree system for incremental games. It just gives these like a, I don't want to say like a greater sense of agency. I mean, that is kind of what it is, but it is enjoyable having a bunch of different options. Reduce energy decay by 0.1 per second. Energy regen. Faster activation time. So, reduced damage to energy when destroying ground. Energy armor. Okay, that's just extra energy. Plus resource when running through the grass. Oh, but that requires something else that I don't... A yellow resource I haven't seen before. But yeah, I think we want to try and aim for the middle spots when I'm trying to do movement or trigger anything. Because if I'm on the edges, we will spread a lot more. Okay, what is this? Extra damage to ground. Still haven't found any yellow. And what is this? Reduce damage when destroying ground. I don't know. Yeah, the other thing I have as an option is just making kind of a big field initially and then running through it for a bunch of resources. I don't know if that's really the way to do it, though. Let's see, reduce decay. Probably just keep going for damage for now. I think activation range is going to be the big one for me. Because I want to be able to add more grass patches while I'm inside the field. Because right now I'm wasting a lot of time and energy pushing myself to the boundaries and missing some of the patches. So I think the system kind of works. Alright, let's just go get as much activation range as we can. The upgrades aren't that expensive. Most of the other ones really aren't going to help me too much. I know some of you like to criticize me when it comes to these games specifically of like, no, your run should last longer. And it's like, I don't know. It's something about it. Something about the longer runs feel unsatisfying, that I prefer shorter runs where I can get a bunch of upgrades fast, as opposed to longer runs where I'm, you know, banking up for a lot of upgrades. All at once. I don't actually think my method is necessarily better, it's just the method I prefer. Even if it doesn't, you know, make quite as much sense on a math perspective. But it feels like it makes sense to me, and I don't know. I don't know what the disparity is. Maybe I'm just not efficient enough with my short actions, or... You know, I guess if it takes two runs versus one run that is as long as 1.5 runs, I think that's probably it. That's where the disparity comes from. Yeah, the main problem is running through areas that I've already been to. not something that we really want to do. We don't get resources for that. Still haven't found those yellow flowers yet that we need. Well, that's okay. Alright, last of the range upgrades, and let's just do reduce energy decay by a second. Eventually, I might even be able to get it so that I'm able to stay perpetually out here. I will admit, I do actually wish there was some level of terrain that was being generated rather than just a blank empty space. It'd be kind of cool if there was, like, I don't know, runes of civilization. Obviously, that's a little silly. Let's just get sturdy armor, see what we get. Extra experience and reduce ground toughness. You know, if there was, like, machinery or fallen trees and just random stuff scattered around the ground, that maybe it takes a little bit more to chew through, but you can hide some resources in that. I think currently the main problem is just I feel kind of disconnected from the concept. I'm just a weird flower dog, man, and there's something about that. That didn't get me nearly as much as I usually get. Okay, chance for sunflowers to spawn. Okay, so we need 250. Let's see. There's another level up. Get another upgrade. We want to just boost that activation speed. Yeah, the problem is I wasn't actually getting a whole lot of flowers there. Well, it's okay. It might also be one of those where I can get it so that it generates me extra, or I regen a lot more energy when I'm running around inside my own field. So what do we have? Sunflower spawn rate, faster resource drop from sunflowers, and resource drop from sunflowers. Okay. I think I could have actually gotten some more health there. Or energy. I don't know how to get sunflowers to actually give me resources. Oh, there's our answer. So it means I'm going to have to come back for sunflowers, which is a little tricky. Yeah, definitely wish this had WASD controls. The click movement is imprecise. Okay, so what do we want to grab? Ground toughness, energy regen per second. To snag both of those. Oh, and that's it. Eventually I'll probably be able to get it so that I'm able to run around somewhat perpetually and I mostly lose health based on breaking the ground. Yeah, hopefully there's an upgrade that I can get that makes it so that we activate the grass at a much larger radius. Didn't get it. It's fine. Okay, max some of those out. Go for a little bit more max energy? Sure. Yeah, the other thing I want to do here is probably go for, like, maximum sunflowerage, if I can. That's a decent chunk. Because, yeah, it's a little tricky for me to pick up the sunflower resources currently. Yeah, because I have to pass almost directly through them. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Whatever. We can do 2 runs in a row. I think that's part of the reason why I don't go for the longer runs, is that for a lot of these, you can just quick restart into a second run, so it always has felt a little unnecessary. The other reason why I'd like WASD controls is specifically because it would be a lot easier to make like clean patterns through the grass here for resources. Okay, +1 resource when running through grass? Absolutely. -1 damage to energy when destroying ground. Chance for roses to spawn, so those will be extremely useful. Okay. I guess part of it is I almost kind of wish there was like a goop that I was pushing back against or something. Creeper world, but dog. But I recognize that that's very much kind of a me preference. Let's see. Do I have enough for anything else? What else do we have? Faster activation time. Extra movement speed isn't a bad idea. Some of these are kind of pricey. Ooh. Another level on that's not cheap either. An extra drop from resources. Oh, but that's pricey. Let's grab that first. Extra resource when leveling up. Yo. That's pricey. Okay. I was really hoping my, like, circle around me would let me pick up these sunflower resources. Alas, it does not. Yet that bonus level up resource might be worth it, just because leveling up is gonna be slow, but maybe not that bad. Okay, what do we get next? So ground toughness doesn't give me any other upgrades. Bonus damage to ground. Damage to rocks. Chance for rocks to spawn. Okay. Let's just go for some flat energy armor. Okay, so that makes it so these basic dirt paths don't really do damage to me anymore. Arrow keys don't work. Yeah, the problem is, I have pretty bad hand strain issues. With, like, extreme repetitive clicking and small mouse movements. And so, navigating this wolf somewhat awkwardly through the grass field, trying to get resources, is actually straining me a little bit. And so, I know it's in vogue to be like, accessibility options. True gamers don't need it. They'll just chop their hands off and replace them with bionic hands and then won't have to worry about anything. But, like, that's silly. Don't want to hurt myself just to play a video game. Let's see. Bonus experience when destroying ground. Extra energy points. Problem is, I think what I want to do at this point is save up. Roses could get me a lot of interesting upgrades, but I think we want to go for the sunflower upgrades. At least at the moment. Still hung up on that accessibility argument. Saw somebody a while ago being like, you know, even pausing a game is unacceptable. You should be able... game developers should be allowed to make games that don't let you pause, and I'm like, boy, it sounds like none of you have ever had to worry about things other than just, like, sinking hours and hours and hours into video games. You know, anywhere from, like, yesterday I was making chili, and I make my chili in a crock pot, so I just let it run for hours and hours and hours, but, you know, just periodically have to stop and go take a look at it and make sure that, you know, the water in the pot hasn't run out, or stuff like that. And okay, bonus sunflower rate. I think we go for that upgrade. Causes periodic pulse that damages ground and activates grass. Yo, Looks like we only get 1 level, 1 point on that one, but that's fine. Okay, this is a lot more sunflowers. Hell yeah. Yeah, I guess there's not really much of a reason for me to be breaking ground if I have all of this grass yet untapped. We also kind of don't want to level up much, at least for a little while, because once we get the upgrade that makes it so we get extra resources on a level up, then it's going to be worth it. Not in the same vein, but for accessibility, there's also the, like, eternal argument of the bird poop ledges and how, like, it's kind of tacky, but the answer is, like, I don't know, I kind of love the bird poop ledges. Like, probably because I'm just kind of lazy, but it's just so much easier navigating the world. Okay. So we want resources from leveling up. Bonus resources from sunflowers might not be a bad idea. But let's get 1% more on spawn rate, I think. And start working on other things. But, like, I don't know, I guess I'm always going to be one of those people that's just like, the more accessible a game is, the more I'm going to have fun with it. Just because, I don't know, I guess I love Tony Hawk Pro Skater growing up, but I've never actually learned how to play the game correctly. I played it with, like, not big head mode on. I played it with moon gravity and like perfect balance. Like, I could not play the game without those cheats. I never learned how to. And the thing is, I didn't need to. I had a very good time just going around in Tony Hawk Pro Skater as some kind of, like, moon wizard. And that was fine. And, like, actually properly learning the game from the friends that I knew who actually had, you know, the full game, or the game themselves, and had been, you know, putting tons of time into it. It didn't actually seem like it was that enjoyable of an experience. It seemed like it was much more of, like, a strain and, like, tricky to pull off. And so some part of me was just kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to learn this. Like, my cousin came over and was like, yeah, I'm going to show you how to, like, manual. And I'm like, oh, cool. You know, I've always wanted to learn how to do that properly. And the answer was, like, just awkwardly tilting the stick to make sure you wouldn't fall over periodically. And it's just like, I don't know if I like that. I don't think that really appeals to me on a, like, mechanical basis. And so, like, when I'm playing incremental games, kind of in the same vein of, if it's, like, a game with a clicking element, I'll use an auto-clicker. And it's like, sure, it technically breaks what the intentional, you know, path through the game is, but whatever. I'm also the kind of guy that will, like, 100% give myself infinite carrying capacity in, like, a Fallout game, because I don't want to have to, like, do town runs periodically just because oopsie doopsie. Yeah, we haven't leveled up yet. Need 70 more sunflowers. That's going to be tricky. Yeah, luckily experience comes much slower at this point, but we wanna get that upgrade ASAP. And yeah, we definitely want to make the sunflowers give me more. Let's see, more resources per spawn. I think we're going to level up one more time before I can get that upgrade, but then after that, we'll at least be getting the maximum benefit from our situation. Let's see. The only immediate problem is I'm not actually gaining a whole lot of resources off this grass. Yeah, I'm gonna be just shy. Cause yeah, 500 energy. I mean, that'd be a lot. But no. Okay. If we are careful, I can just sit here next to these sunflowers. only need 11 more. I'm just really trying to maximize my level ups, since they're much fewer and farther between. Now let's see. I've still got about 1,000 experience to go. It's very easy for me to farm that. Okay, but we have 1,000, perfect. We're golden. So I can go up here, get this. +1 resource when leveling up. Plus resource when running through the grass. Oh, that's going to be nice. And extra resource drop from sunflowers. All right, so now I'm free to level up. So let's run around and grab some resources. And that gives me a lot more of the level up bonus. Okay, probably shouldn't run back through the grass necessarily. At least, not until some more of this is stacked up a little. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Much more lucrative. Let's see. Keep grabbing as much as I can. Didn't get as much, quite as much as I wanted, but that's okay. Okay, so let's grab Howl. Howl damage, Howl faster, radius to the pulse. Let's get the last of the activation range. Perfect. So rocks are going to require the level up resource, so that's going to be a little expensive, but whatever. Okay, so Howl is still pretty slow. Okay, snag a little bit of everything. It's very slow, and it's a much smaller radius than I thought it would be. Wow. Okay, the sunflower situation has exploded a little. Let's see. More resources when running through the grass. Faster movement speed. Probably just go for the grass bonus. Let's just get some more experience. I guess I should save up for roses and see what that nets me. But yeah. Oof, I don't know. I don't know if I have a specific plan on any of this. Luckily, much of it doesn't really matter. Like, every inefficient thing that I do disappears just in the face of just further runs. I'm just hoping I can increase my pickup range a bunch. Because if I do that, we can get a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna need a lot for that one. The other one is just saving up for, like, prosperity and some other bits. Screw it. Alright, now we're gonna be here for a while. Oh, I'm also noticing we're getting to the point where I might prestige. Since that's based pretty heavily on ground coverage. So it's probably based on, like, can I regrow this entire environment? Okay. Looks like it's getting a bit more punishing. So let's just grab what we can, then kind of go back through the fields that we started on. Because yeah, it seems like the ground gets a lot tougher the more I'm clearing out. It's really hard to pick up those last couple flowers. So yeah, if there's any kind of upgrade that increases my pickup radius, oh man, I am going for it. Well, that's a whole mess of upgrades, I'm sure. Yeah, how will damage? I don't need that too bad, though. I think I'm going to go for resources when running through grass. Can't get the last wealthy, so let's get a little bit of movement speed. Yeah, damage to ground toughness. Energy points, flat energy armor. Strength to break the ground. I've been ignoring a couple of these things because they weren't terribly important to me. I guess what I should probably do is handle this kind of on a giant grid situation. Ah, I was off by a bit. Whatever. Yeah, the problem is my ability to spread grass wildly outstrips my ability to activate grass. Okay. Let's just run through. Much as I need the yellow flowers, I'll get a decent amount just by running around here. Probably, hopefully. Okay. Running low on health, so I think what we do now is we just chase dandelions. Or not dandelion, sunflowers. Get as much as I can, if I can. It's woefully imprecise, but that's okay. Because we have enough that we can now start spawning roses. Roses get me resource drop from roses. I actually almost can afford that. Faster drop from roses, faster rose spawn rate. Alright. Get the last level of wealthy and a little bit more speed. Go from there. This is neat. I actually kind of dig this. I still kind of wish the environment was a little bit more spicy. It just has some things to do, but I also recognize that, like, it is kind of more abstract. And therefore it doesn't need to be like, oh, you're, you know, this... it doesn't need to be like the gunk or something, where just like an alien civilization oopsied their ecology and you've kind of shown up to fix it, kind of, sort of. I like that game. It was a fun game. I'm a huge sucker for any games where you're re-greening a wasteland. There's just something about it that speaks to me as a person. And also just like, you know, I'm not going to say like eases climate anxiety, because there's pretty much nothing that's going to ease that apart from actually doing stuff to, you know, address climate change and whatnot. But it's still neat to see as like a recurring theme that will only become more recurring as time goes on. It feels like the roses are putting out a ton of resources. But I guess maybe they've just been sitting around for a little while. Okay. I guess I should lightly prioritize getting the rest of the rose resources before we're out. Good enough. 42 is pretty good. So bonus damage to rocks, but we don't have rocks yet. What else do we have? Chance to collect resources when they drop. Energy regen per second. Flat energy armor. Rose spawn rate. Strength against terrain. Go for an extra movement speed. We also get nimble. Magnet range to collect resources from flowers. Oh, but I need one more, like a little bit more rose. It's fine. Even just having a chance to collect the resources when they spawn is going to be nice. And I think it got like 2 or 3 levels on that one. So, if we're lucky, it's one of those that, like, I can... Yep, no, it's going up. Perfect. Yeah, I can somewhat disregard this. Or, at the very least, not think about it as hard. There's also the question of, like, do I want to focus on prestiging at this point? We're getting really close to the point where I could. I don't know if zigzagging like this is really that practical. It feels like I'm getting more resources at the very least. But I cannot say whether or not that's actually true. The other thing I'm noticing is that... Okay. I can get 2 of them, yes. Yeah, so that goes up to a 75% eventually. Let's go for the resources when running through the grass. We're still extremely limited on that one. Then we can look into prestiging. I'm assuming prestiging does not reset my upgrades, it just makes the ground harder, but also more rewarding. It's gotta be my assumption. Oh, picking up flowers is so much easier now. Because that was actually a headache. But that's the real sweet spot of an incremental game, is the, oh, this is a frustrating thing, I don't like this. When's the upgrade that lets me not have to worry about this anymore? I do still kind of wish this had a little bit more variance, like if there was some options that were like A or B. I know I'm a broken record with this topic, but it's one of those where, like, you know, it'd be kind of neat if I could have, like, pups that were running around and grabbing things. Or I could have, like, a bigger collection radius and I'm faster. You know, there's effectively letting you go, like, wizard spec wolf. Don't question why the dog's a wizard, but hey. Or, like, summoning spec and whatnot. I don't know, I just feel like build crafting is fun. And if you have the entire talent tree just be... accessible to every single play, like totally acceptable, accessible on one singular playthrough. That's it. Yeah, still don't have enough for the rocks, but I'm thinking I go for the collect all. Maybe we want the rocks. Get the last one of those. Bigger magnet, extra resource drop from roses, big. Reduce energy decay, energy regen, so these are pretty good. Yeah, I guess we don't have too many yellow upgrades at this point. We've kind of bought them all. Oh. And that one actually popped up on the 2nd level. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to work on that. Let's go left to right. I wonder if I get my activation range fast enough if I'll start activating the grass before, like, in front of me. I was really hoping Howl would be better. Maybe I just need to invest more into it. I think we are still getting the A/B options of, like, which upgrades do we invest in. It's mostly just the idea of, like, yeah, but by the time I'm done with a full playthrough of this, I will have unlocked every single upgrade. And there won't be a reason for me to come back and try a different build. It's something I think Norp Apolog did very well, which was specifically giving you just, like, oodles of options, but making it so that you only got access to a handful of them, so there's kind of like a, you know, do I go gun spec? Do I go, like, mountain climber spec? Do I go rockets? I went rockets. I always went rockets. Let's see. But, I don't know. I don't know if it matters necessarily. It's just kind of fun exploring the talent web and seeing all the different things that I can do with it. Let's see. Strength against terrain. Kind of good. Spawn rate. Actually very good. We should probably get the rocks, because that's going to be one of my big ones. That's 10,000 pricey. Okay, is that it? Yeah. Chance to spawn seeds that explode when touched. Oh. Okay. That was my level up points, which we kind of needed. However, I do like this idea of them. They're kind of fun. I think I'll leave them behind for now, and we'll get them as I go back through. I think part of it is the explosion isn't triggering the grass, because I think the grass has a little bit of a, like, cooldown before it can be exploded upon, question mark. Let's see. Oh, that flower pickup radius, though, is massive. Only I had something to actually use the the sunflower resources on. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Let's see, what else was I even going to say? I don't know. It's kind of one of those where the actual, like, raw gameplay of this is very peaceful and meditative, but there's not much to say about it. It's not like a Bullet Heaven where I'm, you know, going for any kind of mid-run builds. Let's see. Oh, that requires... I think this requires rock, doesn't it? Yup. Probably go for the radius on those seed bombs. Let's see. Yeah, just boost a couple of things? Sure. That's funny, I actually have more health than my maximum because of my regen and some other things. But it seems like what happens is the longer I'm going, the... Oh, so the seed bombs, they're breaking the soil. Okay. I was hoping the seed bombs would trigger the grass as well. But alas, it doesn't work that way. It's fine. I think it's perfectly practical the way it is. I think just some part of me is like, well, the biggest obstacle I have to a lot of my progression is just getting the grass to light up. I guess the point is to some degree that I do get a lot of resources on a per grass basis. Sound like I'm just saying insane shit here. Like, if some random person was just listening to me, they'd be like, what are they talking about? You know, here's this guy talking about grass maxing. What the hell? Like, that's like the most Ned Flanders sort of thing ever. Like, if you rewrote Ned Flanders as a zoomer, you'd probably end up with something like this, and that's very funny to me. Ugh. Picking up the flowers is just so much nicer. There's that, I don't want to say constant frustration, trying to walk over them and, you know, pick up the resources. And now I just don't need to care. I still think we should go for the big magnet upgrade. I just know we're going to need rock. So that'll be the next level. Because, yeah, bonus damage to rocks, it doesn't do me any good. Probably just keep going for some of the cheaper upgrades? Yeah. The other question is it prestige time? I mean, considering these seeds are currently actually doing a very good job, I think we go prestige. Or at least actively seek it. I'm curious if the seeds will trigger off of each other. It looks like they'll proc each other. Which is actually extremely cool, because yeah, the seeds will spawn more seeds for me. But in doing so, proc them so that they will let's see. They will proc them so that I don't have to actively seek them out or do anything with them. Kind of. It's a little bright. Whoops. Bad time to click out of the window. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna prestige here. Tragically. We managed to grass max a fair bit, but didn't prestige. Well, let's see. Yeah, sadly, it doesn't look like I can do any more for my seed bombs at the moment. But at least we can finally get rocks to spawn. Reduce damage to energy when destroying rocks. Reduce rock toughness. Extra chance for rocks to spawn. Resources from destroying rocks. Extra 1,000 energy. Okay, so if I wasn't able to prestige before, this has gotta get us there. Oh, no, the seed bombs absolutely do clear grass for me. Kind of. Just accidentally click the clear run button. Okay, so we've got 30 rocks so far. Let's see. I guess what I should probably do is spiral inwards. And let the rocks, or let the seed bombs clear things out. Well, I've got a good feeling about this so far. The main question is, am I going to have to clear every rock to prestige here? Or not, clear every rock, clear every tile. Because that could get a little tricky. A little bit of a wiggle room would be lovely. What am I missing? I'm missing something somewhere. I'm also noticing the game is slowing down considerably. What have I missed? Oh, prestige unlocked. Perfect. Okay. So we've re-greened the wasteland. And yes, the seed bombs do, in fact, do exactly what I want them to do. Mostly. Okay. What are we doing? Just running around grabbing yellow? Probably. I mean, yellow and red resources? Sure. We've already maxed out rocks. Oh. We've got one of the purple resources, which I'm assuming... Yeah, so I have to prestige 7 times to be able to actually go further than that. Neat. Let's see. Yeah, do we have any other green upgrades at the moment? The answer is no. So I'll just put some more into that. A little bit of energy regen. A little bit of armor. Chance for rocks to spawn. Reduce the rock toughness. There we go. Max that out. Max that out. Yeah, let's just max out a bunch of these basic upgrades that I've been ignoring this entire time. There we go. Alright. So we're at a higher prestige level, and I'm not entirely sure what that's going to mean. I was assuming it would mean tougher ground, but so far that doesn't seem to be the case. The resource quantity seems to be higher, though. And yeah, I do have to break the rocks. So this is something that we have to kind of keep in mind. Damn, those explosive seeds, I'm very glad I invested in them. I think my only disappointment, and this is part of the reason why I want more build crafting, is I wish I could actually invest further into the seed bombs. That they've proven themselves to be an incredible ability, and I'd love to have the ability to grow and expand their capabilities even further. And so, like, my hope with incremental games is that it hands you different features and specializations and ideas and says, like, hey, go nuts with these things. You know, these are toys for your toy box, tools for your toolbox that will, in various ways, you know, let you customize the experience to your preferences and hopefully make the game easier. And, you know, it can be one of those where the player can choose wrong. They can actually pick a bad upgrade path, but that's kind of maybe the beauty of it. The idea of just, like, you know, making a build and then having to revise it because, oops, this isn't good enough. That I love games that let you follow that kind of path, as opposed to games that are much more railroaded. Because I feel like the railroading often works against the game's... I don't want to say, like... It's not a black mark or anything like that, but it's a... There we go, prestige level 2. Gosh, the game cannot handle all of the grass instances with all of the resources. This is making my really chunky computer clug. Which is actually really impressive. So, I don't know. Love to see a bit of a optimization pass. As I could definitely see some people with not as beefy of computers actually have trouble with this. Or it's just the game itself is just like, nope, can't do it. Yeah, I should probably pursue mostly the red resources, because that's the one I'm the lowest on. Oh well. Now we're up to prestige level 2. What am I investing in? I think I'll pick that one up. Okay, max out rose spawn rate. Boost damage to rock. Reduce rock toughness a bunch. Let's see, anything else? Not too much. At some point, these are going to become tougher for me, maybe. Maybe? I don't know, it feels like I'm exploding harder. We might be hitting that kind of runaway levels of progression. Where the game eventually just kind of becomes... like there's no way... Or it gets to the point where I start outscaling the game. I guess is the easiest way to put it. There we go. Okay. And we haven't got any more activation distance upgrades. Just a little bit of a sad. I wish I could actually spend my prestige points on things. That every time I prestige I get one of those, and that lets me unlock something else. Like, that would be actually really cool if you could put a prestige point into almost any upgrade that's been maximized. And that, like, until you prestige again, you can't respec. Maybe, or maybe you can respec, but it's expensive. I just want to be able to put more into these seed bombs. I want them to do crazy things. Okay, so we got 5 level up points, which means I can finally snag that. Max it out. Should be good. Let's see. Rock spawn, rock spawn. Faster rose drop rate. Maybe. Unfortunately, I think I'm looking at the end of the talent tree here. Which makes me quite curious to see, like, what the heck I'm supposed to be able to do here. If I'm supposed to get up to prestige level 7 with, you know, whatever it currently offers. Maybe there's upgrade trees or some other thing that I'm missing here. It's entirely possible. I'm not noticing Howl doing too much here. But maybe I'm just not noticing Howl much because of the everything on my screen. Okay, keep breaking the rocks. Yeah, I was really hoping I could actually boost Howl so it would be going constantly. But alas, it does feel like it is triggering a smidge. I'm definitely seeing some bigger AoE spots that I didn't normally harvest from, though some portion of that has to be a result of just the explosive seeds just doing their thing. Cripes. Like I said, I would love to be able to invest more resources into them, but we are hard capped, and that makes me sad. Okay, am I gonna prestige again? I think I am. Yeah, the game always goes into kind of weird slow-mo mode whenever we're about to probably prestige. Entirely due to the fact that I'm pretty sure the game's engine just cannot handle this many entities. But that's okay. Problem is the music is putting me to sleep. It's like just that right level of lo-fi chill that immediately sends me to bed. You know, some people use this music as a study aid, just like some people use my voice as a sleep aid. I actually really like it when people say that to me. It's like, yeah, I fall asleep to your voice, and I'm like, that's nice. It's also somewhat validating because my voice can and will put my wife to sleep, which is a problem. She's groaning at me. Okay, I think this is gonna... Oh, yeah, perfect timing, too. I was gonna say this is probably gonna have to be the end of me playing this game because I'm starting to feel that, like, you've been clicking too much arm strain. You gotta stop, man. And that's fine. I had a good time with this. I think the main issue that I have with this very much is the same issue that I have with a lot of other incremental games, which is to say, I love the process of getting to be powerful, but I do feel like once you get up to the kind of upper limit, you hit the ceiling and there's still more game. And I almost kind of wish it was the other way around, that there was a much higher ceiling for upgrades. Let's see. Yeah, much higher ceiling for upgrades. Oh, faster activation time. How did I forget about that one? And unfortunately, that requires 3 out of 7, and I don't think I'm getting that, but that's okay. Anywho, I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. I enjoyed this. I think it's a really good idea. I think this talent tree just needs to be so much larger for me to really, like, get into this game. And I'd love to see layers. Like, if, this purple resource, you could then invest it into this one, and it literally adds, like, a Z-axis to the talent tree. Like, you go up a layer every time you put a purple in, and you can put more points into Seed Bomb. And so, say you put 1 purple into Seed Bomb, and it has, like, 5 upgrades surrounding it. And so eventually you're, like, full-on Seed Bomb spec, or you could put it over here, which is the extra resources for leveling. I don't know if that one's actually worth it. Or, you know, maybe you could put it over here. You put it on this one, it has like a couple extra talents coming off of it that's like, hey, collect every resource that spawns from a flower and trigger any grass nearby or something like that. You know, just little bits of things. Or, you know, going hard on Howl so it's even bigger or does other things. Who knows? It just feels like it needs more, but as far as like a Node Buster-esque incremental game, it's a good showing so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. But for now, at least, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day... Oh, there were control schemes in the settings. I didn't see those. Hold up. Oh god. How do I even get to the settings? Oh, mouse only, WASD, and mouse. I'm a fool! Oh, that would have made this so much easier. Alright, whatever. This is what I get for putting my avatar on top of information. Yeah, this would have made life so much easier, because I could have also moved very much on a smooth grid, is what it is. Anywho, yeah, so if you want to play the Lyca demos yourselves, and now that you know that there are alternative control schemes, I think the best way to do it would be maybe to have it just be like, hey, how do you want to control the game when you start it up? Or just default to WASD plus mouse, because I think both of those would have been nice. Oh well, anyway. So the demo's available now, but the full game will be out on March 6th or 7th or something like that. So it's only, you know, a little bit above a month away before the actual game comes out. And I look forward to playing it then too. But for now, at least, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. Well, for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.